So, good morning, students. Welcome to our next lecture. In the previous lectures, we have seen about biomass and wind energy as a source of non-conventional energy. And in this period, we will be discussing about tidal energy. So, tidal means the tides which arose on the sea, or we can see. So that energy can also be tapped, and that will be called as a tidal energy. Ocean tides are the periodic rise and fall of ocean water level occurring twice in each lunar day. So it is our experience that periodically the tides happens in the ocean. It is a periodic phenomena. So we have to just tap the energy within the tide. So ocean tidal energy refers to the hydro energy in ocean tides. Basically, it is hydro energy in the ocean tides. Ocean tides occur due to gravitational attractive force from sun and moon. The level of the ocean water rises periodically during high tide and drops during the low tide. So we know that when the tide comes, before the arrival of the tide, the sea water is at the lower level, and as the tide comes, the sea water rises to the high level. So obviously, it contains energy in terms of potential energy. So that potential energy has to be used, has to be tapped. And since the energy we are getting from the tide, it is called as tidal energy. And the why the sea water rises to the upper level, higher level, that is due to the gravitational attractive forces on the sea water due to sun and moon. The level of the ocean water rises periodically during the high tides and drop during the low tide. The difference head of the water during high tide and low tide is used for rotating hydro turbine generator unit. So now you see, this is actually, this is lower level, and this is upper level. So here it is. So here is the water. So this is, suppose we can say H2, and this is H1. So H2 minus H1, this is the level difference into mgh. If we multiply it by density and gravitational acceleration due to gravity, then that will give rise to the energy within the tide, isn't it? So this when tide falls, what happens? This falling tide or water from the tide is fed to the generator, hydro generator, rotating hydro generator. So what happens? Here there is a generator. So due to water falling from the high pressure, the turbine unit rotates, and this rotation in turn gives rise to electrical energy. So these rotating hydro turbine generator units are installed within the barrages, and electrical energy is obtained. The times, if possible, I will be giving a link of this wind turbine generator unit, of this hydro turbine generator unit, which is using the tidal energy to develop the electrical power. So in this video, I will try to include the link of the video in the description section of this video. So students can see this link, so as to have the more understanding the how tidal energy is converted into the electrical energy. The time span between high tide and next low tide is 6 hours and 25 minutes. The water head of high tide is 2 to 5 meter or even more. So this distance H2 minus H1 is almost 2 to 5 meters. So you see how huge amount of water is collected between that level difference. So that water is fed to the rotating hydro turbine generator unit. So obviously these units has also to be installed on firm locations, isn't it? So the time span between the high tide and next low tide is 6 hours and 25 minutes. The water head of high tide is 2 to 5 meter or even more. Tides are periodically renewed and tidal energy is renewable energy. So since this process is continuously taking place due to effect of gravitational force, periodically high tides come, then again it becomes low tide, again it becomes high tide. So it is a periodical process, and in that way we can say that the tidal energy is a renewable energy which is renewed day by day or after periodic time specified here, 6 hours and 25 minutes. So tidal energy is a form of hydro energy recurring with very recurring with every tide. दर टाईडला आपल्याला काय मिळेल, हायड्रो एनर्जी मिळेल त्यामध्ये. अँड प्रत्येक टाईडला टर्बाईन रोटेट होईल and it will be giving rise to the electrical power, electrical energy. Large tidal hydroelectric power plants can be constructed at favorable locations such as large rivers terminating into ocean. Total potential of tidal power plants in the world is 2 lakh megawatt. Very few sites in the world have favorable tidal range. परंतु असं जरी असलं तरी काय आहे, अतिशय कमी ठिकाणी काय आहे फेवरेबल टायडल रेंज आपल्याला मिळते. आउट ऑफ द एस्टिमेटेड 3000 into 10 to the power 9 megawatt of tidal energy, about 2000 into 10 to the power 9 megawatt only is favorable for energy conversion. With efficiency of 30%, the electrical power generation from tidal power plants in the world may reach 6,000 megawatt by the year 2025. So it is expected that in the year 2025, वर्ल्ड मध्ये जी टायडल एनर्जी पासून जे एनर्जी प्रोडक्शन आहे ते किती होऊ शकतं, 6000 मेगावॅट इतकं होऊ शकेल. द प्रॉमिसिंग टायडल sites for tidal power plants in India are located in Gujarat and West Bengal. वेस्ट बेंगॉल आणि गुजरात मध्ये काय आहे फेवरेबल टायडल पॉवर प्लांट्स आहेत, लोकेशन्स आहेत त्याला. So you may further check whether it has been installed or not. That also you can know from the Google. Or if possible, I request you that if anyone is having, if anyone finds a good quality video about the tidal energy, then he also can share the link in the group, isn't it? So now next is ocean energy. Ocean energy, the ocean, large lakes and bays are huge reservoirs of various useful and renewable energy resources. World's total estimated ocean energy reserves are 130 into 10 to the power 6 megawatt. However, only a small fraction can be recovered economically. ते टॅप करण्यासाठी जर खूप खर्च येत असेल आणि मिळणारी एनर्जी कमी असेल तर ते काही फायद्याचं नाही. म्हणून सगळ्या गोष्टीचा विचार करावा लागतो. द रिव्हर्स फ्रॉम व्हेरियस पार्ट्स ऑन द अर्थ डिलिव्हर देअर वॉटर टू ओशियन्स. Ocean is a great collection of salt water that covers approximately 70% of the Earth's surface. This all we know. 5 principal oceans: Indian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, and Arctic Ocean. In addition, there are several seas, large and medium lakes, ponds, bays, and rivers which can be used for harvesting aquatic biomass. This is another aspect here. ओशियन एनर्जी मध्ये we can produce aquatic biomass. The oceanography is the science which deals with environment in ocean, including the water's depth, bed, biomass, energy resources, etc. ओशनोग्राफी मध्ये काय होतं, ओशन मधला वॉटर कशा पद्धतीचा आहे, किती खोली आहे त्याची, वॉटर बेड्स कशा पद्धतीचे आहेत, बायोमास त्यामध्ये आहे तर कुठल्या भागामध्ये आहे, कोणतं बायोमास आहे, आणि त्याच्यामध्ये एनर्जी रिसोर्सेस काही आहेत का, या सगळ्याचा अभ्यास काय केला जातो, ओशिओग्राफी या फॅकल्टीमध्ये म्हणता येईल किंवा या शीर्षकाखाली केला जातो. द इम्पॉर्टंट ओशियन एनर्जी कन्व्हर्जन टेक्नॉलॉजी इन्क्लूड ओशियन बायोमास एनर्जी. आता ओशियन एनर्जी मध्ये परत सब टेक्नॉलॉजी आहेत. एक तर तुमचं त्यातलं जे बायोमास आहे त्याला तुम्ही कन्वर्ट करा, सो दॅट विल बी इन्क्लुडेड अंडर ओशियन बायोमास एनर्जी. सिमिलरली देअर कॅन बी ओशियन जिओथर्मल एनर्जी. समुद्राच्या खाली भूगर्भामध्ये जी काही एनर्जी टॅप झालेली आहे, दॅट वी हॅव टू युटिलाइज, so that will come under ocean geothermal energy. Ocean salinity gradient energy. Ocean salinity gradient energy म्हणजे काय, समुद्राचं पाणी खारं असते माहिती आपल्याला, इट हॅज सॅलिनिटी, परंतु देर इज अ ग्रेडियंट. सॅलिनिटी ग्रेडियंट मीन्स व्हॉट, काही भागामध्ये खारटपणा कमी असेल, दुसऱ्या भागामध्ये समुद्राच्या खारटपणा जास्त असेल. सो देर इज अ डिफरन्स बिटवीन द सॅलिनिटी ऑफ द salinity gradient. There is a difference between the salinity index, we can say, in the two regions of the ocean, and so this difference can be used to convert into the electrical energy. The ocean thermal energy, ocean wave energy, ocean tidal energy, and ocean chemical energy. So you see here, there are various types of ocean energies, and which can be tapped, which can be converted into electrical power. These technologies are based on entirely different principles of energy conversion. प्रत्येकासाठी एनर्जी कन्व्हर्शनचं जे प्रिन्सिपल आहे ते कसं आहे, वेगवेगळं आहे. Though ocean energy is available in very large quantity, some of the limitations are ocean energy resources are with low energy density and intermittent. खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणामध्ये जरी असले ओशन एनर्जी अवेलेबल तरी देखील काय आहे, त्याचे सोर्सेस जे आहेत ते कसे आहेत, लो एनर्जी डेन्सिटीचे आहेत आणि तुटक तुटक आहे, सलग आपल्याला मिळणार नाही. ओशियन वॉटर इज कोरोसिव्ह अँड हेन्स स्पेशल मटेरियल्स surface coatings are required to prevent the corrosion. ओशन एनर्जी, ओशनचं वॉटर जे आहे कसं कोरोसिव्ह असल्यामुळे काय करतात, जी आपल्याला यंत्रणा उभी करायची आहे समुद्रामध्ये ओशन एनर्जी टॅप करण्यासाठी, तर त्या यंत्रणेमध्ये वापरलेलं मटेरियल जे आहे ते कसं असलं पाहिजे, कोरोसिव्ह रेजिस्टन्स असलं पाहिजे. सो दॅट मे ऍड अप द एक्स्ट्रा कॉस्ट. ओशियन एनर्जी प्लांट्स रिक्वायर कॉस्टली सिव्हिल वर्क. जे काही सिव्हिल वर्क आहे ते देखील कसं असू शकतं, कॉस्टली असू शकतं. तर अशा रीतीने हे आपण ओशियन एनर्जी आणि टायडल एनर्जी बघितलं. आता नेक्स्ट आहे, ओके, देयर इज मच मोर. सो हायड्रो एनर्जी and solar energy. We will complete this geothermal energy and then we will stop. Geothermal energy. The geothermal energy contained in the interior of the earth is called the geothermal energy. The geothermal energy is enormous and will last for several million years and is therefore renewable. The geothermal energy appears in the form of hot water, steam, geothermal brine, or mixture of these fluids. So how the geothermal energy manifests? It manifests in the form of hot water. Hot water can be used for certain purposes. Steam can be used, geothermal brine or mixture of these fluids. It is generally available deep inside the earth at a depth more than 80 kilometers. 80 kilometer खोल जमिनीच्या आतमध्ये we can have the geothermal energy. Thus it is difficult to extract. आणि याच्यामुळे काय होतं, 80 किलोमीटर खाली खांदायचं आणि मग तिथून ती एनर्जी बाहेर काढायची, तर हे थोडं डिफिकल्ट होऊ शकतं. द हॉट स्टीम water brine is extracted from geothermal deposits by production well, by pumping or by natural pressure. नॅचरल प्रेशरने कधी कधी गरम पाणी बाहेर येतं किंवा स्टीम बाहेर येते. सो दॅट इज बाय नॅचरल प्रेशर. Geothermal energy is used for hot water bath therapy, district heating, space heating, hot water irrigation in cold countries, for air conditioning and greenhouse heating, etc. Further, minerals can be obtained from geothermal fluids. It is also used for electrical power generation. The first generation geothermal electrical plant was installed in Italy in 1904. There are two types of geothermal energy deposits, namely hydrogeothermal energy resource and petrogeothermal energy deposit. So with this, we will stop here, and I would try to provide links of certain useful videos of such a plants or whatever it may be on geothermal energy and tidal energy and ocean energy. So please go through the links also, and so okay, we will stop here.